Good morning everyone. Today we are going to learn about spring constant, and the aim of this experiment is to find the force constant and effective mass of helical spring by plotting graph. So the apparatus which we need to describe this experiment are apparatus, helical spring, stopwatch, slotted masses, etc. Here I will show you the apparatus. This is the helical spring. One end of this helical spring is fixed to the rigid support and one end is left free. Next, this is the stopwatch. You all are familiar with this. This is the start and stop button like this. This is start and stop button. Again, to stop this, use the same button. This is reset button. And these are the slotted weights. Each weight has 50 gram weight. So we are going to make a use of this. So let us begin to the experiment. Initially, we'll see the observation. Mass of load M1 equals to kg. Now, let us take one slot. Here it is written 50 gram, but it is in gram. We need the value in kg. So, what we have to do? Take the calculator. 50 divided by 1000, because 1 kg equals to 1000 gram. So 50 divided by 1000 equals to 0.05 kg. So first value is 0.05 kg. Next, mass of load M2. So again we'll add one more weight here. So 50 plus 50 gives you 100. Again 100 divided by 1000, 0.1. So 0.1 kg. Next, mass of load M3. So one more 50 will add here. This gives you 150. So 150 divided by 1000, 0.15. 0.15 kg. Now let us begin to the experiment. When we are doing, let us see the tabular column. Mass of load M in kg means these readings we are going to enter here and two more will add later. Next, number of oscillations 20. Next, time for 20 oscillations. For the same mass, we are going to take the time 2 times. Next, we'll calculate the mean of this time. Then, time period. Time period means this mean we are going to divide by 20. Since we have taken 20 oscillations, so mean T divided by 20. Then, at the last column, we are going to do the square of this time period. So, let us begin to the experiment. These are the slotted weights. Initially, if you focus here, this is the base of this tank. Now here, we are going to put 50 gram. That means 0.05 kg. Next, we are going to insert here and we'll tabulate that value in the tabular column. Now, what we are going to do here, for this 50 grams, we are going to take 20 oscillations. And to count the 20 oscillations, how much is the time required, that we are going to do it. So, to do that, what is the meaning of one oscillation here? It is nothing but we are going to pull this down. If I pull this down, then from here when I relieve, it will go up, it will come back. See? 1, 2. So, like this counting should be done. You just pull this, I will leave, it will go here, it will come back. One oscillation. Like this 20 oscillations we are going to count. Now one hand I should hold this and in another hand the knob of this stopwatch. So we have to pull this when I leave. That time I have to start the watch. So let us do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the time period is 15 seconds. Let us tabulate this. Serial number 1, mass of load M in kg. Here we have taken 50 gram, but this value we have to write in kg. So it gives you 0.05 kg. Number of oscillation is 20. Time for 20 oscillation. For the first trial we have got this as 15 seconds. So by keeping the same weight, one more trial will take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here we are getting 16.5, that you can consider as 17 seconds. 17 seconds. Next, mean T. When I have to calculate the mean T, what I have to do here? I will add these two values and divide it by 2. So, 15 plus 17 equals to divided by 2. 16. So, 16 is our mean. Next, time period capital T equals to T upon 20. So the value of T is 16. So 16 upon 20. 0.8. So I will write here 0.8. Now T square. So the square of 0.8 gives you 0.64. 0.64. This is our first value. Let us take the second value by adding 50 gram more. If I add 50 gram more, then that gives you 100 gram. So 100 gram will convert to kg. That is 100 divided by 1000. 0.1 kg. So I will write here as 0.1. Number of oscillations will remain 20. Next, here we are going to add 50 more, because this is 50, this is the base, no need to consider, this is 50, so plus 50 gives you 100. Repeat the same procedure. Let us start this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here the time period is 18 seconds. See, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it is 18 seconds. Let us write this. 18 seconds. Now for the same weight again we'll repeat this. Let us do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here the time period is 20 seconds. 20 seconds. So mean T will calculate 18 plus 20, 18 plus 20 divided by 2, 19. So I will write here 19. Next, 19 upon 20. 0.95. Then square of this 0.95 into 0.95. 0.9025. Next we'll take one more 50 gram will add. Then it is 50, 50, 50, 150. 150 gram or 0.15 kg. Let us begin with the experiment again. So I'll just pull this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the time period is 21 seconds. Here 15 kg, 20 oscillations, 21 seconds. One more will take for the same weight. When we are taking the next reading, make sure that this should come to rest. If it is in motion, please bring this back to rest, then you can stop. Last reading will take for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now here the time period is 20 seconds. This as 20 seconds, then we'll find the mean. 21 plus 20 equal to divided by 2, 20.5. So this 20.5 will divide by 20, 1.025. Let us do the square of this. 1.025 equal to 1.050. So two more values we have to take for the by adding 50 gram more. So here are the values which we have got it for the 5 readings. Next we'll plot the graph for the same. See, the nature of graph is here. It is T square versus M, that is the mass. So mass we are going to write along x-axis and time will be writing along y-axis. Here in the tabular column, mass is this much and the time is this. So we have to take the graph for these two columns. Let us draw here. First we'll draw y-axis. This is the x-axis. According to the nature of graph, you have to take the x and y-axis. So in the nature of graph, the x-axis we have to leave some space. So I have taken the lines like this way. This is the x and here you have y. We'll start from the 0. Now if you see here, this is 0.05 kg, 0.1, 0.15. So here the difference is maintained for 50 grams. So like this way we are going to consider along x-axis as it is. But if you focus on y-axis, first value which we have got, it is 0.6. Then next 0.9. 1, 1.2, 1.5, like these values we have got. So directly these values we can't enter. So I will take it like this way. First we'll take along x-axis. X-axis here will take 0.05 Next will be 0.1, then 0.15, 0.2, 0.25, 0.3. Next, along y-axis will take as 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Next, see the first value 0.05. For 0.05 we have got the t square as 0.64. So I will write this 0.05, 0.6. Only one value will consider, that is more than enough. So it is 0.6. 0.6 is here. So along x-axis this value and along y-axis this value. So we have to consider this point. Next term we'll take 0.1. This is our 0.1. For 0.1 we have got the value as 0.9. So 0.1 is here and 0.9 is here. Next 0.15, 1.0. So 15 and 1.0 is here. Next 0.2, it is 1.2. So 0.2 is here and 1.2 is here. Last value 0.25, 1.5. So I will write this as 1.5. 1.5 and this is 0.25. So straight will see here and this point will mark as 1.5. Now we have to write the scale for this. Let us write the scale at one corner. X-axis. So what we have taken along x-axis, see from here to here, this gap it is called as 1 centimeter. So I will write here 1 centimeter equals to, how much is the difference we have maintained here, that is 0.05. So it is 0.05. But here we have taken as mass m. So the unit of mass is kg. So I will write here as kg. Next, along y-axis, let us write y-axis equals to, again from here to here it is of 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter equals to, we have taken the difference of 0.1. So I will write here as 0.1 and here we have taken as t square and this is the unit of time. This is time and the SI unit of time is second. Second square. So we will write this as second square. Next we have to join these points in such a way that we should get the slope for this. So let us join this. Let us join these points like this way. Okay, up to it lies along y-axis, draw a straight line. When it comes back from here, draw a dotted line like this, which lies along x-axis. Now we will find the slope. To find the slope, we have to find the 2 points which are coming on this straight line. Here we have got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 points we have got. So any 2 points we have to consider. So let us consider these 2 points like this way. One line which is parallel along y-axis and one line which is parallel along x-axis. And let us label this as A, B, C. And the line which is going to cut from this y-axis from here to this origin, we are going to call this as C. It is the intercept. Next, the intercept which we have got here as 0.4. So let us write here C, which is our intercept, is 0.4. Next, we will find the slope for this. Slope m equals to y-axis upon x-axis, or slope m equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, or you can write this m as, here you see, along y-axis we have AB and along x-axis we have BC. So let us write that AB upon BC, or we can write this m equals to A minus B upon B minus C. Now let us see through the graph. A point, the value for A point is 1 and the value for B point is 0.6. So let us write this 1 minus 0.6 divided by, this is present along x-axis. So along x-axis the value for B is 0.15 and the value for C is 0.05. So 0.15 minus 0.05. Let us do the subtraction. 1 minus 0.6, 0.4 divided by 0.15 minus 0.05 equal to 0.1. So 0.4 divided by 0.1 equal to 4. So the slope m equal to 4. See, the formula is spring constant. In this experiment we are going to find the value for spring constant and effective mass. So first we will calculate spring constant. To calculate the spring constant, the formula is K equal to 4 pi square upon m. So let us write that spring constant K equal to 4 pi square upon m. So 4 into pi value is 3.142. Let us square this, divided by m. M means slope. Slope we have got it as 4. So I can cancel this 4 and this 4. What is remaining? 3.142 square we have to do. So it is 3.142 into 3.142 gives you 9.872, and the SI unit of spring constant is Newton per meter. Next, we will calculate effective mass. Effective mass m naught equals to C upon m. C is intercept, m is mass. So here effective mass m naught equals to C upon m. C, which is our intercept, it is 0.4 divided by m, which is our slope, that is 4. So we will get here as 0.4 divided by 4 equal to 0.1, and since it is effective mass, so this is in kg. And these two are our final results. So let us write here, spring constant of given helical spring K is 9.872 Newton per meter. Effective mass of the spring is 0.1 kg. And this is the result of the spring constant experiment. Thank you everyone.